So Bobby,
Mm-hmm.
you know, every now and then we get some fun questions, and just like to kind of give the audience a look into the lives of you and your brother and
All right.
your mom. So
All
this
right.
is just going to be some questions.
Okay.
No pressure. What's it like on a weekend with three-year-olds?
Oh my gosh. It's
And tell everybody their names and a little bit about
all right. Triplets. My wife Claudia and I have triplet 3-year-olds. There'll be 4 on their next birthday, which is in October. And it is a weekend with them, summertime with them, weekdays with them when school is out. You know, they're just in preschool, they're little kids. But the days are chaotic and hectic for sure, and busy. It's crazy. 3-year-olds are just, I'm counting to 3 all day long. I'm going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, just looking for where are they? Where's that third? The third one is the one that makes it. And the third one can be any one of them. But the third one is what makes everything crazy. You can keep an eye on 2 kids. But the third kid is like, hey, where is the third one? So we have 2 girls and a boy, Olivia, Amelia, and Linton. And they're beautiful and wonderful. And I'm so lucky that I get to spend a lot of time with them. But a weekend with triplet 3-year-olds is chaos. Chaos. That's what it is. Controlled chaos. Long days.
Is it
Long
controlled?
days and short.
Is it
No, it's not
controlled?
controlled. It's out of control. But it's beautiful.
So when you and Claudia actually do get to go out, what's your favorite restaurant in Savannah?
My favorite restaurant in Savannah is the Lady and Sons because that's our family restaurant. I'm extremely proud of the Lady and Sons. And the Creek House, Mama's restaurant, our restaurant. But Paula Deen's Creek House out on Wilmington Island Whitmarsh Island is wonderful, and we love going there. It's got a great outdoor space for kids to play and for, you know, exactly what we need. Big garage bay doors that open up so you can eat sort of inside and outside at the same time, and great picnic tables. And it's on a beautiful piece of property, and it's a great place with a great staff, and so too is the Lady and Sons. So those are definitely my top 2 restaurants because I love fried chicken. Grew up on fried chicken and collard greens. Lady and Sons is the best. It's like takes me back in time when my mama used to fry chicken in the black skillet, and my grandmama too, my grandmama Paula. And the Creek House has just got some of the most wonderful seafood dishes. I love Brooks salmon, and there's some beautiful salads on there, and Low Country Boil, which is really, what we do here on the coast of Georgia. So those are my 2 favorite restaurants. And if I could name another one, I really like Common Thread on 37th Street in Savannah.
I heard a lot about Common Thread.
In fact, I ate there last night with my wife and her parents who were in town, and it was a fantastic meal. It always is. So, but definitely the Lady and Sons and Paula Deen's Creek House, my 2 favorite restaurants.
Do you cook a lot?
I do, yeah. I cook every day because I have a big family.
So what's the last thing you cooked?
The last thing I cooked, well, a lot of it is putting together. A lot of things you're just putting together for 3-year-olds.
I was going to say, what do you feed 3-year-olds?
Yeah, right, exactly. What you want to feed them and what they want may not always be the same thing. But I make a breakfast every morning, and together Claudia and I will make their lunch and their dinner. We cook at home and make food at home all the time for all of us, and we sit down and eat together. And what we try to do is make sure that they eat a lot of whole foods, so a lot of fruits and vegetables. And fortunately, our kids like them. I feed them oatmeal in the mornings. I feed them grits and delicious scrambled eggs, and make them toast with jam or cream cheese or whatever it is they're feeling. But what was the last thing that I made? Well, I guess the last thing that I made was I made grits, and I made scrambled eggs, and I made toast, and I made it this morning just a little while ago for my kids who are napping right now. So we cook all the time. We make food at home all the time. And Claudia and I, in fact, we cook at home more than we go out,
Nice.
And that's because we got 3-year-olds too. So not everybody's real excited to see us when we walk in the door. Like, oh, that's real. So we cook at home a lot.
So tell us, everybody's had that moment in the kitchen and they just can remember that they didn't love.
A bad moment?
A bad moment in the kitchen. So what's your bad moment in the kitchen?
Well, I've had a few, probably some that I've forgotten that are documented on television somewhere. So somebody might be able to remind me of some bad days that I've had in the kitchen. But one of them in particular was if hurting yourself counts, man. I was making a steak and was finishing it in the oven in a cast iron skillet. So I had seared it nice on the grill and gotten it beautiful, and I threw it into a hot cast iron skillet and threw it in the oven and got it out and everything, and I put it on the counter. And I did not mark that cast iron skillet with a towel or with a pot holder or anything like that. And very, very shortly, I turned around and I grabbed and picked up that cast iron skillet. And oh boy, was that a disaster. I had a giant blister right in the center of my palm for a long time after that. So I always mark my pans now when they're hot. There's a towel or a pot holder on it. So make that a habit of yours too at home. That was a disaster.
Okay, so we need a little dirt on your mom.
Dirt on my mom?
No. Just kind of tell us one of your funniest stories about her when you were young.
Oh, gosh. Can I tell them on here? My mom.
She tells everything.
She does, yeah. Growing up in Albany, Georgia in the 1970s, gosh, it was a different day and time. Funny story. My mom used to drive this big metallic green Bonneville. And I don't think that and it was so hideous. And it probably wasn't, we probably didn't own it because we didn't own very often. Growing up, we were in apartments and rental houses and hollow office, whatever. This Bonneville, I just remember my mom driving around like a bat out of hell in this Bonneville one day. And imagine, right? How did I live to be 52 years old? I don't know, because this was before anybody was wearing a seatbelt.
I was going to say, were you standing in the front seat?
No. I was doing better than that. Well, probably at times I was standing in the front seat. But this was like, imagine a 72 or 3 or 4 or 5 Bonneville, whatever year it was, I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure it had lap belts in it, but we were not wearing them. My brother and I were not wearing them. We were up in the back. So you have to imagine this big back bench seat. And this thing was just a sled. It was this huge cavernous inside. I still remember this Bonneville. Had red centers on the hubs, and it was like a white, kind of creamy interior. And my mama just driving that thing, trying to get me and my brother, our filthy selves, wherever we had to be, probably at school. And laying up in the back, there was this big bench seat, and then up in between the seat, the headrest, and the glass, there was just all this space. And to a kid, that space is like to be lived in. So my brother and I would ride up there, man. I remember laying up there underneath that glass above that seat many, many times. And my mama just tailgating people, trying to get us places. And I don't know, that's not a moment, but I think about mom in that car all the time and how just crazy everything was. And she was crazy too. It was crazy. Bonneville, early 70s, Albany, Georgia. Golly.
Well, thanks for sharing some information.
Welcome. So I hope that answers the question.
Oh, it does.
Yeah, probably more than answers. Probably get a little too much information. Ask Mama about the Bonneville sometime.
Okay.
All right, thanks everybody.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.